What's up, all you turds? Welcome in to today's episode of High Fiber Sports. We need everybody out there to be getting their fiber in. Boys, we've made it to the big game, Super Bowl 60, featuring the Seahawks and the Patriots. Let's throw out some of our favorite spread picks, over-unders, and player props to get you ready for Sunday. Boys, we've got Super Bowl 60 here featuring the Seahawks and the Patriots. This is actually a rematch from Super Bowl 49. If we forget, the Patriots got them in this one 28-24. That's when instead of handing off to beast mode at the goal line, Russell two poops a week Wilson throws a pick, Malcolm Butler game-winning pick seal. Very improbable Super Bowl matchup here this season. This is the first Super Bowl since 2003 where neither team made the playoffs the previous season. And both teams actually entered this season with 60-1 title odds. This is also the first Super Bowl meeting ever where both teams lost in week one. New England, they lost at home to the frickin' Raiders, and your Niners beat Seattle in week one.
Those were good days.
Remember the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, give me what you're thinking here. Maybe a player prop or two, and definitely a game pick.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put mine in order kind of how you can make the most money. So the first one, easiest odds to the longest odds. Just looking at these two teams and how the season has gone, the Patriots, I feel like, are the luckiest team in the NFL this year. They keep having the easiest path to everything, on top of having one of the easiest schedules in all time. They go into the playoffs and go up against backup quarterbacks, and just good luck is in their favor because as much as May looked like an MVP all season long, he's been a little bit shaky this postseason. So I'm gonna actually start. The easiest bet for me is Seattle's -4.5. I am hammering that all day. I've been saying it the last few weeks. Whoever comes out of the NFC is going to crush the Super Bowl. I'm just hoping it's not as bad as the last time the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl when they played the Broncos and beat them 43-8, one of the worst Super Bowls I think I've ever watched. Because I don't really feel like getting that drunk Sunday, so I'd rather not be that. So going down the line, the next one I don't think is super risky. I think Seattle's defense is going to force the Patriots to get creative. I don't think May's going to have a big day, but I think he's going to try and do all I can because I just like his moxie. He's going to be great someday. I think the rushing line was like 30-some yards for him. I did an alternate of 40 plus a rushing score for him. And I'm guessing that's the only score they're going to have, maybe one more. Yeah.
Oh,
hey, just happened. The Broncos just did it to him. Granted, weather, but I don't see, honestly, the Patriots scoring more than 17 points tops. And the last one, where you can make a little bit more money, so that one was plus 393, at least currently on FanDuel. The last one is going to be plus 650, and that's for JSN to have 2 scores.
Oh, look at you.
You know, it pains my soul to say anything good about the Seahawks, but JSN with competent quarterback play and what Darnold's been this year has really shown to be one of the best, if not the best receiver in football. I don't think I'm going to put him there yet. Give me a few years of it first. I still kind of give me Puka right now, I think. I don't know, Puka or Chase or JJ. It's not his fault that his quarterback was absolutely terrible. But yeah, that's what I got. I like JSN for a couple of scores in this one. I think Seattle's going to score some points on these Patriots. Doug, what do you got to give us some money?
JSN over JJ.
And hey, he's coming around with me. Close.
I don't actually think that. That's what I had a little qualifier there. I don't think it yet, but if he does that 2 years in a row like he did, he almost had 2,000 yards receiving this year. Like, unbelievable.
Coming around with me, Brad.
Well,
I know there's Seahawks and that irks you, but trust me, me too.
Yeah, you talked about the Seahawks, to me, we talk about the Patriots having the easy road. I've heard it a lot. We've talked about it on here. I see it all over the place. The Seahawks had a bye, and then they played the 49ers, who probably shouldn't have been there now that I've sobered up and gathered my wits about me. And then they played the Rams, who were up and down, almost lost to the Bears in overtime. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the Seahawks had a tough road to the Super Bowl either. This game reminds me a lot of, watching the activities and the interviews and kind of the buzz around this. It reminds me of that Super Bowl in 2021, the Chiefs Buccaneers. And everybody was saying, oh, you're not going to get past Mahomes. This is, you can't beat Patrick. He's entering his prime. These Chiefs, well, they beat him. And I do want to say too that year,
no one is putting Sam Darnold in Patrick Mahomes' shoes. Okay? I am not doing that.
I'm just saying, everybody's talking about the Seahawks and the easy road the Patriots took, and they played the easiest schedule. I get it. But Mike Vrabel is no stranger to what it takes to win a Super Bowl. Josh McDaniels is going to be coaching in his 9th Super Bowl as a coordinator or assistant, which is insane. Granted, he had Tom Brady for all of those. And quite frankly, here's the deal, boys. I'm not to brag. I'm 4-2 since we've been giving out picks in these shows for the playoffs. I have been picking against the Patriots all playoff long.
Jeez.
And so they proved me wrong over and over again. I'm rolling with New England. I love plus 4.5.
Wow.
But it's the last game of the year, baby. Let's let it rip. I'm going Patriots money line.
Money line.
You do know they're not playing Jared Stidham this week, right?
Maybe I missed that. I don't have that written down. Listen. I think they're going to be prepared. I love that defense for New England. So I do. I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going, like you said, multiple episodes, Brad. Nothing makes sense. So I'm leaning that way.
True.
Logic tells me that the Seahawks should win by 30. So I'm going the other way. For a prop, boys, I like Kenneth Walker under 18.5 carries in this game. He's gone over that number 3 times this year, and it's been 19 all 3 times. 2 of those times have been the last 2 weeks. He ran all over San Francisco. He's averaging like 10 yards a carry. So obviously they're going to keep feeding them a rock, especially being up by multiple scores. Patriots only giving up 71 yards on the ground all playoffs. That's the most of any team in the playoffs and the most by far of the final 4 teams left. So I love their run defense. I think the Seahawks are going to have trouble on the ground, and I think that they're going to get away from that if it's not working early. That's my hunch. That's minus 106. I love that. And then with the biggest game of the year, fellas, we got 2 defenses that are pretty good. They're going to be taking the points. I'm going to sprinkle on each team 2+ field goals made for plus 175.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they hold, they're not playing Kamani Vidal this week, so I don't know if they're going to be holding them to minimal yards. So,
all good picks there, boys. All good picks.
Listen,
looks
buddy,
like
minus you got you got weaseled out of a bet. You were out here saying Rams -6.
That's right, Brad.
And don't be
weaseled out of a bet, dude. You remember I have all the footage of all the videos. I haven't seen you wear an Iowa State shirt on an episode yet, have I?
That's true too, Doug.
I never got one in the mail.
I'm not.
You both owe the people something. Owe the people something.
Yep, I promised. You check out our last video. You'll figure out it's coming.
All right.
Brad's on the Seahawks here. Doug's on the Pats money line. Put his balls on the table. I also saw that Kenneth Walker prop, and I like that under pick with you, Doug. But let's look at New England here. Okay, 4 wins each of the last 2 years. They became the 6th team to reach the Super Bowl after having 5 or fewer wins the previous season. Huge turnaround here. Drake May, 2nd youngest quarterback to start a Super Bowl. Can you guys give me the youngest to start a Super Bowl quarterback? I'll give you 10 seconds. Play along at home.
I'm definitely going to input the Jeopardy music.
What year was it?
Oh.
Don't have
Dan
the year.
Marino. Dan
Oh,
Marino.
well, yeah. Okay.
Oh, actually, I did see that this week.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, only one he ever went to, and he never got back again.
Yep. Against who?
Drake,
You can go ahead and say
give it to us.
Yeah, against the Niners. Yeah. Just yeah. Reminded them of that this week as well.
Drake May, runner-up for MVP in my opinion. Also, the 9th quarterback to start a Super Bowl within their first 2 seasons in the league. Those first 8 guys, 4-4 in the big game. Mike Vrabel, my Titans. One of the worst mistakes in franchise history, boys.
Oh,
One of the worst mistakes.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Franchise
What a
history.
bad call.
Colossal.
Vrabel, he's the 8th head coach in NFL history to reach the Super Bowl in his first season with the team. And he would become the first person to win a Super Bowl as a player and as a coach for the same franchise. First one, fellas.
Hey, if he doesn't get this one, he's going to get one. Honestly, I truly believe that. So it's going to happen. He will be the first.
The Pats, they've been favored in each of their last 8 Super Bowls. Not this one, but each of the last 8, they've been favored.
I hate stats like that so damn much. Not a goddamn player is on the team the last time they were favored.
I agree.
Robert Two Handies Kraft was there. But
at least 2 handies.
The Pats this season, here's a this season stat for you, Brad, with this year's team. First team in NFL history this year to go 9-0 on the road. 9-0 on the Road Warriors. But the Pats, their weapons, they're underwhelming for me. You know, Steph Diggs, you know what he's been up to. Kayshon Boutte, Hunter Henry, Steven Shitz out of the backfield. It's not really doing it for me. Someone needs to step up here on the outside, on the perimeter. The Seahawks defense, they run zone coverage 77% of the time. Guess what? Mack Hollins, we all know Mack Hollins for the Pats. He's second on the team in targets per route run against zone coverage this season. So my favorite player prop, fellas, it's going to be Mack Hollins over 24.5 receiving yards. 24.5. He's been over this line in 3 straight games and 6 of his last 7. The one he missed, he had 23. Fellas, 24.5. This could be one catch for Mack Hollins. Give me that all day. But not enough weapons, like I said, for the Pats. I'm rolling with you here, Brad. Seattle minus 4.5. I put it in the night of the championship Sunday. I put it in that night. I just don't trust the New England offensive line. Drake May became the first quarterback in NFL postseason history to be sacked 5 times in 3 separate games in a single postseason. Will Campbell, excuse me, eyes are still on you here, brother. Seahawks defense this year, they were 4th in the league in pressure percentage at 35%. That's going to go up this game. New England in the playoffs, I don't know if you've heard this one, fellas. They have an offensive EPA per play equal to what the Jets produced during the regular season. Seahawks defense is number 1 in the league in EPA per play this year. Brad, like you said, it could get ugly. That AFC Championship game out here in Denver, the Pats only found the end zone once against Jarrett Stidham. That drive started on the 12-yard line after a turnover from a backwards pass. That's the only reason they got in the end zone, starting on the 12-yard line, for Pete's sake. Boys, Seattle was my pick in our bracket to win it. I've been hitting them on the spread each week, making me a lot of money. I'm not going away from them here. Sam Darnold, he's going to become the 4th starting quarterback to win a Super Bowl in their first season with the team. I love his story. You know, we talk about comeback players all the time. Dookie Jones this year, Baker Mayfield. I love this story for Darnold. Fellas, the Seahawks would only be the 4th Super Bowl champion in the last 30 years to close the season on a 10-game winning streak. They're on fire. And with Seattle winning this, my guy JSN, I'm going with him for Super Bowl MVP. Looking at the
clearly, I like that one.
Clearly.
Yeah, that make me right too.
Looking at the Super Bowl MVP from 2000, position-wise, we've had 17 quarterbacks, 5 receivers, 3 linebackers, and a safety. I think we're due for another wide receiver. You know, Cooper Kupp had one. Brad, I like now that you're coming around with me on JSN. He's inching closer to that top 5. definitely in that top 6 conversation. We knew he was a good route runner, good at the underneath
Mm-hmm.
stuff, the crossers, the hitches. But JSN actually led the NFL in receiving yards off of go routes. Okay, expanding the playbook, expanding his game. 1,965 receiving yards this season, including the playoffs, are tied for the 4th most in any season ever. Currently, you can get JSN at the MVP for plus 550. That's the 3rd best odds behind the 2 quarterbacks. But I put this baby in 3.5 weeks ago, got him at plus 1,600.
Oh
FanDuel, off,
my God.
FanDuel offering me a nice cash out right now. I'm riding that baby. Let's go, JSN. Let's go, Seattle
Oh
Seahawks to get their 2nd Super Bowl ever.
God. That's a hell of a good time bet, man. Nice work on that one. Yeah, with me obviously thinking he's gonna get or betting on him getting 2 touchdowns. If he does that, I'm guessing he's probably gonna get it, unless
Oh, yeah.
Darnold has like 5 of his own. But yeah, exactly. I don't have a lot of faith in him being the reason why they win this game. But if he did, I mean, he outdueled the MVP last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess. So I don't know. I can see it happen. I think all the doubters are really gonna have to eat crow after this one.
Doug, any comments on Sam Darnold's resurrection, JSN, Mack Hollins?
I like, Sam can credit the boys in the Bay for his resurrection of his career. Got his head on straight. So I think it's a great story. He's one of those guys that got just damaged by the Jets. And luckily he was able to get out of there. And yeah, he was able to get out of there, go to Carolina, kind of find himself a little bit back up in San Francisco, and then gets a shot in Minnesota. Big mistake letting him go, not bringing him back. And Seattle was smart enough to jump on him. I think it's a great story. I'm cheering for him. He's got the tools. I think we've all known that for a long time. I'm rooting for him. If JSN scores 2+ touchdowns and he has a hell of a game, I could see him getting the MVP, but I think Super Bowl MVP, a little bit less than the regular season, but more, about the same. It's a quarterback award. If he gets 2+ touchdowns, it means Darnold's having a game, and I see him getting the MVP as well. But I don't hate the picks. Sam, I'd love to see you win it, but it just ain't going to be this year. I'm sorry. Give it another shot.
As far as MVP goes, honestly, like I'm kind of agreeing with Doug. It almost always goes to a quarterback, and this is going to be a defensive battle. So, but I don't see any single defensive player standing out to me unless they have some crazy game. So I think more than likely, by the way that I think it's going to end up, it's probably going to be Sam Darnold. But I like my number 2 would definitely be JSN.
Plus 1,600 is crazy value. I love that.
I know, God, if I could have
crazy.
that, yeah, I'd be real happy.
That's
five,
good.
Plus 550 currently, plus 1,600 3 weeks ago when I put it in. Quarterback MVP odds right now, Darnold at plus 115, Drake May at plus 230. So just not enough juice there for me.
Yeah.
JSN, that might be the best bet there.
Yep. I could see that. I'd mess with that number.
All right, guys, that's going to do us this week for High Fiber Sports. We hope everybody out there is getting their fiber in. You need it. You need that fiber. Matt Coble, Doug, Brad McDonald. Doug, tell the people what you might have going on for your Super Bowl plans.
Well, being that the Super Bowl is still on a Sunday, which is just a national emergency, we need to move that to Saturday. So the cocktails might have
Monday's
a couple.
A holiday.
Or everybody gets Monday off or something. I don't know, but a couple cocktails maybe. But it's going to be all about the food spread, boys. Going to get together with some friends and everybody bring a little something, and it's different every year. So looking forward to the food. Calm down on the drinks. Got to work bright and early Monday morning. So, Brad, what about you?
Being that I'm not exactly excited about either one of these teams, it's either the team that I hated the most of my 49er fandom, or a team that I just hate overall because they can't lose for more than a couple of years. So I'm not excited about the game overall, and I think it's going to be a blowout. But like you said, it's all about the food. We got one of our buddies coming over, so it's just going to be 3 of us here, and we're just ordering a shit ton of wings. And yeah, it's all about the food. Maybe make a couple of dips. You always got to have some dips. But Matt, for the Super Bowl, I always wondered, do you guys have a different name for it in Colorado? like I assume you call it something else since it's considered breakfast there. That's how it's defined.